Oh my god, the lawn people, they're so rude. Don't they know I'm filming? Still gonna, oh, I sound like a doofy. She's here. She's here. I'm so excited. I'm going to be testing out today the Pat Mcgrath Mothership 10 Moonlit Seduction Palette. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy she came so soon. Honestly, I was really worried because I'm actually going out of town for almost a month. And I would have cried if it just got here and I wasn't here. So I'm so happy. I'm going to be doing 3 looks with this palette. I always like to do that in my palette reviews because I really like to get a feel for the palette, do 3 completely different looks, and just really test out the formula. I'm also going to do some comparisons at the end because I know we all have the same feeling. Did I really need this? Absolutely not, because I feel like a lot of these shades are in the other palettes. But we'll see, because we gotta test it out. I love Pat Mcgrath formula and I'm always gonna buy her palettes. I'm always gonna review them for you guys, even if I may not be like obsessed with it. So I wasn't like obsessed with it when I first saw it at all. Not even a little bit, to be honest. But I still wanted to try this out for you guys. So if you're new here, I hope you're subscribed. I do a ton of palette reviews just like this. And let's get into it. I want to start off with swatches, but first of all, look at this packaging. Isn't this gorgeous? I'm absolutely obsessed with her packaging. I always keep the packaging for every single eyeshadow palette. I mean, it always looks very similar, like the artwork, but just it's so luxurious. I gotta keep it. And then of course you've got your little twisty situation here, and then you open it and it's the most gorgeous. I'm always so scared. I haven't even opened it. I'm always so scared that there's gonna be like a shade that's broken or something. So let's make sure. Also, if you like throw away the, oh my gosh, okay, it's pretty. It's actually prettier than I thought it was gonna be. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I just got like a beautiful idea. That just goes to show that like you can't judge a book by its cover or like by pictures. You know what I mean? This shade is like absolutely calling my name. It's a beautiful duochrome. So we've got the shade names in here. So if you lose the packaging, that's also like kind of annoying. There usually are 4 Blitz Astral shades and they're always on the right of the palette. Before we swatch, I do have to talk about the actual deets of this. Okay, so this is available now at patmcgrath.com. I don't think it's available at Sephora yet. I didn't even realize that this went up in price. It's $128 now. It used to be $125. I did not even realize that when I bought it. That's very crazy. Let me go ahead and swatch. Okay, so we're starting with Skin Tense Glow. Now this is a shade Pat has in like every single palette. It's just like slightly varied maybe. We've got Rosewood Romantique. So this is a kind of like mauve-y matte. Platinum Dusk. Yes, they are mowing the lawn and I'm sure you can hear it. That is gorgeous. It is a gorgeous like platinum, almost bronzy, like cool tone bronze type shade. Then my favorite, VR Sextasy. Yeah, this is definitely a Blitz Astral. You could feel it. They're my favorite formula. I know a lot of people like it's hit or miss with them because it's very crumbly, but I love that in a metallic. It makes it a lot more intense and I just love it so much. Astral Gold Lust, which is another Blitz Astral. But judging by the name and the way it swatches, again, they don't swatch very well. And also best applied with fingers, some sort of like primer on the lid, like, you know, that kind of thing, because it is very like crumbly, like I say. Next we have Extreme Nocturne, which is a like deep brown matte. Perfect for deepening things out. Bronze Devotion. And again, I'm going to be doing like a lot of comparisons later on. Plum Cabernet. I also feel like a lot of her mattes are just like the same sort of hues, you know? Blitz Venus, which is gorgeous. This would be a really gorgeous like lid shade. Astral Lilac Aura. Oh my gosh, I love this one too so much. So pretty. Kind of transparent. Oh my god, the lawn people, they're so rude. Don't they know I'm filming? Here are all the swatches. I am obsessed. I think that the mattes complement the shimmers and the Blitz Astrals very well. It's a little bit repetitive in my opinion. I mean, there's a couple of really fun shades in here. I would love to see a rainbow palette from Pat Mcgrath. That would be life. We're gonna go in with look number 1. I think I'm gonna go bronzy goldy kind of in the first look, just to see what the more neutral side of the palette. Got y'all nice and zoomed in. Oh, let me put my hair up. We're gonna start with Extreme Nocturne, and you might think I'm crazy, but I'm gonna take a BK Beauty 202 brush. It's a very fluffy brush. We're gonna take this all over the crease very lightly, and that's gonna be our transition shade. What's cool about, and I say this in almost every Pat Mcgrath Mothership review, what's really great about Pat Mcgrath's mattes is that you can make them, you can almost fake like there's 2 different shades in the crease just by using one. So if you just use a really fluffy brush and just like really blend out the edges, it kind of looks like it's lighter than it actually is in the pan. And then you can use that same shade with a denser brush and kind of deepen it out. Since I want to stay in like the more bronzy brown kind of tone, I think I want to do that for this. So that's what I'm going to try to do. This is a lot more pigmented than I expected though, so perhaps I should have gone with less. I am getting into work, I promise you. It was a little intense at first. I did blend it out. I actually took away some with a makeup wipe in the inner corner because I took it too far and it looked like I got punched in the face. We're gonna take a little bit more of a dense brush. Let's do this rougher 13 brush. We're just gonna concentrate that in the outer corner, and you see how it looks like two different shades? Beautiful, I love it. Create depth, I love depth in my looks. I'll take that original brush and just kind of like make sure everything is nice and meshed together. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the intensifies. You know, this is new to me. I've never tried it before, but I wanted to test it out because I don't know. I've been intrigued. I finally got some out, jeez. I'm just going to apply this all over the lid. Hopefully it helps intensify the Blitz Astral shades. I'm also going to take a brush first. I'm going to spray it with some setting spray. I think we're going to go in with this Astral Gold Lust shade over here. Honestly, again, best applied with the fingers, but we're still going to... Oh my gosh. I freaking love it. I wish the brown was a little bit more warm tone. I feel like the gold is like warm and the brown is too cold. The Blitz Astrals always have a ton of fallout. I always recommend doing your eyes first. Let me take a little bit more of Extreme Nocturne and just blend that into the Blitz Astral. This is, you can take this super intense. You can make this like a super smoky eye, like a beautiful gold smoky eye. Oh my gosh, I could totally see it. Like for a New Year's party, like so cute. So cute. Guys, I'm loving this look. I mean, it's very simple, but like I wanted to start simple. When I get to the fun colors later. If there were like 4 mattes, I'd be really happy. Like maybe a lighter brown or even just like a warmer brown. I feel like, again, it's a little like cool tone, warm tone situation, but it's okay. I like it. I think I'm gonna go in with this one. Bronze Devotion. And that's like just a regular shimmer kind of shade. Yeah, so my memory card ran out of memory, of course, and I kept talking and I didn't even know. I took a little bit of Extreme Nocturne and I just put it in the outer corner just to make it a little more cohesive and just like look a little different. But I did take that Bronze Devotion. And I do really like it on the lower lash line. I think it gives a little bit of a contrast. For the inner corner, what are we going to take? Let's see. I'm going to take this BK Beauty 204 brush. It's so tiny. You know, Platinum Dusk also kind of seems like a Blitz Astral. Kind of. Nah, maybe not. We're going to take that one because why not? And it almost does though. It's like really crumbly. I like it. Just thought I'd do a little wing liner too. And I'm going to take the ColourPop. This is, oh, I don't even know. It's faded, but it's a gold one because why not? We're really going in with the gold in this look. I feel like I need to change my earrings now because they're silver, but whatever. Okay, so this is the final look number 1. I think I need to trim my lashes a little bit more. I love the way this turned out, but I can't wait to play with the other colors in this palette. Let me know what you think. And yeah, let's move on to look number 2. For look number 2, we're obviously going to go in a more pink direction. I'm first going to start with Rosewood Romantique. And I'm going to take this What's Up Beauty R104 brush, which I love. So I had this issue with my spa cleaner and it's like not coming off very well. Like it's very, like my brushes got very oily after using it today. So I think that's what happened with the first look. Crisis averted. This is another one that's going to be pretty pigmented, I can already tell you. I don't know why my primer always creases. But we're going to take this in like a V-shape type thing. And this is going to be the transition shade, so the lightest shade. So I really have to take my time blending this out. Honestly, this brush might be too big for what I'm trying to do. My best advice is to start in the outer corner and then blend into the crease so that the crease doesn't look so crazy. Like, quite often I take it too far into the inner corner and it looks really strange, and you definitely don't want like a super dark inner corner. We're gonna go in with Plum Cabernet and just deepen it out. This is a What's Up Beauty R105 brush, and this is perfect for like outer corner work. And basically we're just gonna take that in the outer corner first and then concentrate that there and blend upwards toward the crease. We're gonna go ahead and deepen it out even further with Extreme Nocturne, which is the brown. a little scared for this. But we're really gonna concentrate that in the outer corner. I really wanna make this really smoky. Let's just go back in with Plum Cabernet. Cabaret. I keep saying Cabernet, right? Oh my gosh, Cabaret. I sound like a doofy. I really like this combo of colors and how sultry this all looks, so I'm a fan so far. Let's go ahead and take some of the intensifies on the lid. I don't know about this. I'm not like 100% sure that this is my vibe. It kind of takes away the primer I already had on my lid, which is just concealer and some P. Louise base. And it's like really waxy and kind of sticky, which I guess is a good thing because that's like what you want. Also, I'm not a fan of the packaging, by the way, because like you have to push down and then you can't push back up. So I'm gonna take my favorite shade of the palette because this is the one I've been looking forward to. This is VR Sextasy. Spray my brush. This one I felt like was like the crumbliest out of all of them. I love it. I love a pink blue shift. Like I am totally here for that vibe. Okay. I feel like I have a palette with a very similar duochrome. Can't remember from what brand. This is super pretty. Also, I'm very happy that the brush is picking it up very nicely. Let's grab a little bit more of the brown, and I knew that this color combo would be perfect. I'm gonna take a little bit more of that transition pink. Just kind of like make sure the pink is still peeking through, right? Because it's kind of what we want. Okay, so I actually think I'm gonna go in with the same shades. So I'm gonna start with, what's it called? Rosewood Romantique. This is a rougher 26 brush. I like this for fluffing things under the eyes. And Plum Cabaret. What is wrong with me? I don't know how to pronounce words. This is a Sigma E30 brush. I recommend doing your eyes before because I have the glitter everywhere, and also I really kind of want to clean up this little thing, and I won't be able to, maybe with some concealer. Actually, let's try that. This still has a little bit of my primer. Oh, that works actually. Okay, crisis averted. Really close to the lower lash line, we'll go in with Extreme Nocturne just to blend everything out. And in the inner corner, let's do this one, Skin Tense Glow, which is the same one she has in like every single palette. So just make it a little bit. See, I like the plain shimmer in the inner corner more than the Blitz Astral in general, because it's like a little too much bling in your face, you know? Okay, so this is it for look number 2. I am so happy with how this turned out. I love that duochrome so much. So pretty. I love that it matches my shirt. We're really happy here. So yeah, let's move on to look number 3. So for this third look, we're gonna go ahead and start first with the deep pink. I'm gonna do a halo eye as well. So this is Plum Cabaret. That's gonna go in the inner and outer corner because we're doing a little halo eye situation. Yeah, that's very pigmented, so definitely recommend taking a light hand. I just wanted to start with the deeper shade first to make sure that it's really pigmented. It definitely builds up really nicely. My eyes are dying, like dying. 3 looks in one day is a lot. Okay, yes, it's the same day. I'm obviously wearing the same clothes. So I also have like glitter like everywhere. Like it literally doesn't go away. Just gonna blend the outer edges so that it helps us when we add the lighter shade on top. All right, then let's go in with Rosewood Romantique. Looking at it in this side, I just realized that they're not like that different in like depth, if that makes sense. Like this is like a lot deeper than I thought it was gonna be. So I'm taking a very light hand, and I just really want this to blend out the outer edges and just like have a nice gradient. Honestly, that makes some really good standalone shades, and then maybe to deepen with the brown, if that makes sense. I'm also gonna like actually fluff this in my crease. Okay, so let's take a little bit of the intensifiers. I already put a little bit on. I will say, like, I put some on quite a few minutes ago. And then I was like having a conversation with my hubby who just got home, and it looked a little oily. Like it made everything super oily and kind of splotchy. I don't know if I like this. I'm gonna be real honest. I know this isn't a review on this, but I just thought I would mention it. Anyway, I'm gonna take a Rephr 28 brush. I keep forgetting to mention what brush I'm using. I sprayed it though with some setting spray, and we're gonna go in with another shade that caught my attention, Astro Lilac Aura. Ooh, this is so pretty. Okay, well, that's gonna go in the center. This is exactly what I had envisioned for this look. This one's a lot more crumbly, wow. And honestly, yeah, the glitter just gets everywhere. I definitely recommend that you start with your eyes. It's a bit messy. This one does do a little bit better with just the finger. Before I get too carried away, let's go back in with the deeper plum shade. and just kind of like blend that. The Blitz Astral just gets everywhere no matter what, man. Like the glitter particles everywhere. Just the nature of this, and honestly, I don't mind. I freaking love glitter, so I can bathe in glitter. And honestly, this is getting a little messy. I mean, this is what I get for doing 3 looks in one day. If you're not like me and you're not doing 3 looks in a day, you should be fine. Like, there's not gonna be glitter everywhere, but I think like there's even glitter in my brushes at this point, honestly. Then for the lower lash line, I'm gonna take my other favorite shade, and that is VR Sextasy. I just want to see how this looks on the lower lash line. Does it crumble and like break away, or can it be held together and look really cool on the lower lash line? I feel like this would be a really cool like glitter liner situation too. It was a fun choice. I would like to add some depth to the lower lash line though, so I'm going to take this shade. If you look at my palette, you'll see that there's glitter everywhere as well, like even in the mattes, and I think that's what's contributing also to the messiness of like what's going on up here. But I just want to add some depth, like especially in the outer part. I don't want to take away the sparkle, but just some depth, you know? I'm going to be absolutely insanely crazy because this is the only shade I haven't tried yet. And I'm going to do Blitz Venus in the inner corner. That's an excessive amount of Blitz Astral shades on my eyeballs, but whatever. It is what it is. I have glitter everywhere though, but I love it. It's so fun, isn't it? Okay, so this is the third and final look. I think I would love it more if there wasn't glitter like everywhere, but again, this is the third look of the day. It's to be expected. It looks messy. My face is raw. My eyes are raw. I honestly do think though my favorite look was the one before. Overall, I really like the palette. I think it's a really nice palette. I think that it's a very cohesive color story. It's very fun, but I'm not sure this is gonna make it to my top favorites of my motherships. Let me know if you want to see me ranking all of my mothership palettes. I really do like this palette. If you are interested in the color story and think you would get use out of it and have the $128 to spare, yes, go for it. It's great quality, it's very fun, and I think it's a fun like for summer type thing. We're gonna do some comparisons now. Obviously there's not a lot of comparisons between Mothership 1 and Mothership 10. I just want to kind of show you we do have a similar matte. And obviously, okay, I'm not going to talk about this in every single like comparison. The first one, always going to be very similar in every single mothership. It's just the way it is. We do have 2 deep browns in Mothership 1. Oh, super creamy. We have this deep brown now. Very, very similar. So maybe this Blitz, this new Blitz, and then this, I mean, this is just so much more pink. And it's got a bit of a blue shift. So not that similar. Mothership 2 is one I haven't used as much. Maybe just some mattes are very similar, and the gold. This Blitz Astral Gold. Nah, it's more of a rose gold for sure. We have this gold here. And this gold from the new palette. Those are kind of similar. Yes, the mattes are kind of similar. This is more like a black, but they're kind of deep. And they kind of match like the deep in the new palette. Not to the T, obviously. And then we have Mothership 3. I think this is Mothership 3. Bronze Seduction. Not so much. I mean, we have this plummy shade over here with the new plummy shade and the new palette. It's a little lighter. We've got a light brown, a deeper brown, kind of lighter than this over here. So this gold, this like bronzy shade compared to the shimmer gold, yeah, kind of similar. This is Mothership 4. This is like one that doesn't have Blitz Astrals at all. It's honestly not one of my favorites. They're just, you know, plain like shimmer shades. I guess maybe this shade and this shade, they're kind of similar to one another, honestly. I don't know why she would put them in the same palette. Compared to this one, which is also like a normal shimmer, very similar. Other than that though, no, there's no mattes in this palette. There's not very many similarities, you know? One of my favorites is Midnight Sun. I can already see some similarities. We've got the matte. The matte looks oddly similar. This shade over here compared to this Blitz Astral, kind of similar. Maybe this one has a little bit more of a gold hue. Blitz Gold right here, and compare that to the new gold. Kind of similar. We've got Divine Rose, one of my most used, honestly. A gold Blitz Astral. I would say the new one's a little bit more rose gold. We've got the little bronzy shade in the new palette, kind of similar. This one's a little more gold. I think that's where the comparisons end, right? I realized I skipped one, I'm pretty sure. I think this is 3 or 4, I forget. I've been playing with this one a lot more recently. I think this one's my favorite. Like, if I were to rank them right now, this one's my favorite. Oddly similar, right? A little darker. And even this one. If you mix those two together, honestly, it's very similar. Maybe this white compared to this one this one has more of like a pink undertone, a pink shift, and this one has more of like a purple shift, the new one. We've got Divine Rose 2. I wish you would label them because I don't know what number I'm at. The Plum Matte in Divine Rose 2 and the Plum Matte in the new palette. The new one is a little bit lighter, right? This Blitz Astral, the new Blitz Astral, kind of similar, right? Yeah. Then we've got Utopian Dream, which definitely leans a little bit more peachy than Plum. I want to compare this. It's a fun one of my favorites. I've used the crap out of this palette with this one. I mean, definitely this one has just like more of a blue undertone, a blue shift. I guess the Plum, I just swatched this one over here. Yeah, a little similar. Let's do this gold. There's a lot of golds in this palette. I forgot how many there were. And then let's do the new Blitz Astral Gold. None of them are that similar. Honestly, I feel like if you have Utopian Dream, you don't really need this new one. With all these, I'm done with comparisons, by the way. This is so informal. I'm sorry. I'm not this unprofessional, but like, I have swatches everywhere. I have like my face is raw. I gotta go take this off. I will say just choose your favorite color story and buy that one if you're on a budget and you just want to try out Pat Mcgrath eyeshadows, which I totally get. Like, you definitely should. Like, everyone should own one of these. But if you're a collector like me, you'll love this palette. I think it's so pretty. It's stunning. Can't wait to get my use out of it. Like I said, I'm going out of town for like a month. I'm probably gonna take this with me because I want to play with it more. What do you guys think? Did you buy the new palette? Let me know. Also, let me know which of my looks was your favorite. Again, I think the second one was my favorite, and I was really trying to make this one my favorite. That's why I try to save my favorite for last, but like it didn't work this time. Anyway, that completes this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. Beautybylauracristina. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I have a random hair stuck to my Apple Watch. Ew. They're very similar to the other golds on like a billion of her other packets. Or what shall we do? What shall we do? How do I hold it? So this is Mothership 1, 2, 3. It's hard to carry these at the same time. I feel like I have glitter everywhere. I'm going to take a shower, and when I'm done taking a shower, I'm still gonna see glitter everywhere.